sketchy. Today, we're working on leaf springs. So the best indicator of when to replace your leaf springs is when they start taking themselves out. Yeah, that's electrical tape just holding that in for now. We're gonna fix it though. Don't act like it's not easy. There's just one bolt there, 4 here, and 1 right there. 5 minutes, max. Okay, that's the easy part. The hard part, the bolt gets stuck. Got a rubber bushing, and this metal sleeve, and that bolt is just seized in here. So I'm going to move on from that front one because I'm just going to cut that front one off. Let's just move on back here. Theoretically, I could just do this top one right here and then remove the spring, but I won't be able to push it out. So I got to remove the shackle bolt so I can then push it out. You know, extra steps. Oh, it's getting in my eyes. It's dust everywhere. This is one of those applications where I love to use these metal cutting diamond blades because they're pinch. You know, this is a pinch scenario, and with a fiber blade, it'll just pinch and grab and just shatter and throw everything everywhere. But it also, when it pinches, it'll like wear them down really fast. Where these blades right here, I did a whole video on them. They stay the full size the entire time. Give me the pry bar. Can you bring me that? Can you bring me that? Yep. This right here. Yep. Right here. Bring it here. Yeah. Yeah, bar by the handle. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Thank you. You're awesome. Thank you very much. You got a pine cone for me? A piece of wood? Bring me a ball and I'll throw it. Here we go. That's gone. And that's gone. That's how you get it out. Yeah, it's locked in there. So I still got to push that out now somehow because I need to reuse that bushing. I made a special screwdriver punch, and I kind of drove it up in the little split that's naturally there just to kind of break the rust free. And we're getting it. So now I just have the jaws opened wide enough for the bolt to slip through. And just pound away. It doesn't matter how much penetrating lube you spray. It never wicks in there. It just doesn't. And now I got my glove stuck and the punch stuck. Fun. Dang it. The shackle to the spring, shackable on both sides, just popped right out. Had to cut everything else off. It's not sketchy if it works. Look at that, 4.5 inch. Yeah, it worked. A little scary, but let's pull this one out. Wait. We'll just weld it back in. Now, I noticed this one probably about a year ago. This is like an add a leaf. Somebody added a leaf in. This was probably factory, so probably actually only had these 5, and then this is an add a leaf to help, and the add a leaf broke. Gotta love a store that actually has good nuts and bolt selection. Found some grade 8s. These were grade 5s that originally came out, but I'm gonna reuse the nuts because they have these nice like hats on them. You know, hey, what do you think of these nuts? They're your favorite? You don't know what to do when there's a leash on you, huh? What do you think? Sorry, they were out of bacon flavor. Not bad. I made sure the nut would clear on the other side when it swung, but that's so much nicer because you could remove the entire thing without removing the shackle now because the nut came from the other side, or the bolt came from the other side before. Whatever. I'm using marine grease because it doesn't wash away with water. Where typical just bearing grease and stuff like that would actually wash away with water. So if that makes sense. Okay, before I tighten everything up, I actually want to check my pinion angle. And it's always been off in this truck a little bit, but I've never had any vibrations or anything. But while I'm doing the leaf springs, I want to tackle it. I don't know if you guys can see in there, but we are roughly 11 degrees. The problem is the angle coming out of the transfer case is 2 degrees. 2, 2.25, 2.5. Somewhere in there is where I'm reading. So that is my output angle. So maybe a little over. So we're roughly 8 degrees out of angle. So my pinion actually pitches up too far. I need it to actually lay down. So they sell wedges, and so I think I'm going to make a wedge to actually go right in there, and I might or might not just actually weld it to the perch because I just need it to, yeah, you need to have a wedge in there to change your pinion angle. I'll show you. So there's whole videos on this subject. I'm going to touch just lightly on it. So if this is your transmission output, and this is my rear differential, my pinion output, and this is your drive line, you know, this is generally how it looks in a truck. You want this angle and this angle to match. And what do I mean by that? You don't want this one to be coming out like this and this one to be like this. You'll get a lot of vibrations, and that's what's happening right now. And I actually don't feel any vibrations at 8 or 9 degrees. I haven't in the last 20 years, and that's what it was before I put the new leaf springs on and I measured it. But right now I am, and we're roughly right there, and this one where it should be right here is actually tipped up just a little too much. So this one's almost straight, and that one actually has a little bit of a degree. You just want the angle of this to match the angle of this. You don't want them off, set from each other. If that makes sense, that's as simple as it is, as close as possible. I think they say 3 degrees. I'm at 8 or 9, so we're just going to put a wedge so it pulls this back down. Simple enough. Maybe I don't have to make a shim. These are the factory blocks that I pulled out, and I noticed one thing rather quickly is they have an angle to them automatically. I thought they were in the right side. See, this side measures 3 1/4. This side measures 3. And what this is doing is actually tipping my pinion angle up, which I wanted to tip down. So if I switch this to the other side, it'll now tip it down. But I already have it tipping up, so it's going to double. So that might be my entire degree problem forever. So for 20 years since I've owned it, been driving it, somebody's had these blocks in backwards. But somebody's messed around with the leaf springs quite a bit, and they've been janky since I got it. So I think if I just switch sides on these blocks, we're good to go. This one out of this side that has the angle pitching my pinion up, and put this one in this side that pitches my angle down. Wow, it looks extreme. Ginger, will you give me that? Yeah. You get it? Bring it here. Bring it here. Where'd it go? Did I make it even more difficult for myself to find? There you go. Still a lot better than crawling under there. Both sides tightened down. We are a degree and a half out now, which is flawless. It's awesome. And it's probably going to change once the load's on it, because the back of the leaf spring goes up, so it'll actually pitch down a little bit more. So once there's a little bit more of a load, because my shackle's not completely zeroed out, we might be dead nuts. The U-bolts are super annoying because you can't really torque one without the other, because it'll actually just pull itself, it'll just stretch itself around. So you got to step up in like 10 foot-pound increments. I always like to make ID tags for things like this, just so I know. So in case in the future somebody wants to know what the springs are rated for that I put on there. Nope. Get up and stay on. Get on. Ow. Stay. Let's try one. Get up. Stop licking me. Stay. 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 Oh, good job.